This video is going to be one of the most important videos I make, and maybe it's not going to be watched by as many of you compared to previous videos, but that's okay because it is important that I make this video and show you that the opportunity you have to buy Bitcoin is unbelievable. And if you mess this up, like Raul Pal says, it will be very unfortunate. So we will talk about three different technical indications that are pointing into the direction that buying Bitcoin right now is an insane opportunity. So watch until the end. But with that said, we're getting very close to 50,000 subscribers. So guys, if you can destroy the subscribe button and leave a like on this video, if you find it useful, that would mean the absolute world to me. Also, to represent Bitcoin today, I'm wearing the sailor costume, so black jacket and also sailor t-shirt. And what other, what better way to talk about Bitcoin and how bullish we are with a sailor costume. So let's go into the price of Bitcoin. Let's focus on the first indicator. I want to hide the trend line, and I also want to hide the moving average. And we want to go into the global liquidity. So this yellow line that you see on the chart is actually called global liquidity. It is an aggregation of all different money supply, at least in the largest economies around the world. This is the PineScript code to put this indicator onto your chart. And if you're a member of the Crypto Kids community over on Telegram, the link is down in the description below. It's completely for free. I basically gave you this code for free. So if you copy and paste it from Telegram over onto PineScript and click Add to Chart, then you will see this yellow line forming over on your Bitcoin analysis. What you want to do is you want to go to Settings and you want to put it to under Inputs 10-week offset. So because it's on the weekly time frame, it's actually not days, it will be weeks. So if you put 10, you will get the greatest and most accurate correspondence between M2 global liquidity and also the price of Bitcoin. So this chart has been very famous over on crypto Twitter. The reality is, the most important points of which it was correct was timing the bottom of the Bitcoin bear market. You got a double bottom on Bitcoin. You also got a double bottom on global liquidity. Then the global liquidity started going up. So did the price of Bitcoin. You see a consolidation period, and then eventually you see another push, another leg towards the upside on global liquidity. Between March and November, you see consolidation, and then following Trump's victory, M2 money supply increases, so does the price of Bitcoin, and then you have an exact top with a 10-week delay right here when M2 liquidity goes down, price of Bitcoin goes down, and now we're in this consolidation phase, and soon we should be starting to experience a pump to the upside. Now, a lot of people ask the question, okay, for how long has this indicator been actually relevant? And you can go back in history. You can go to the Bitcoin USD index chart over on TradingView. And I was building another chart for you guys, but that's for the Moonshow. So if you go to the Bitcoin USD index view and put both on a logarithmic scale, you can notice that this chart has been relevant for, well, basically ages, because Bitcoin is a risk on assets. And just like the S&P 500, so if we were to go to the S&P 500, you can also see that the S&P is very much correlated to global liquidity. In fact, it is literally a mirror image of M2 is a mirror image of the S&P 500 and vice versa, because that's what risk on assets do. Assets that go up when total money goes up because you're devaluing the dollar by printing more money, the asset that you're valuing the money against, which in this case is Bitcoin, that goes up and it's completely correlated. So if you go and scroll back, look, you can even see between 2013, 2017, liquidity increases, so does the price of Bitcoin. Then you go into a liquidity bear market, and then liquidity increases again, taking you to the astronomical sum of around 6x or 5x from 13K all the way to 65K. And now you're seeing the same thing. Liquidity is trending up. It's at an all-time high. And Bitcoin, with a 10-week lag, should be finding its bottoming. And just according to this indicator, we should be going back to over 100K very, very soon. It's very simple. The more money there is in circulation, the higher the price of risk-on assets go. And this happens all the time. It's literally like a glitch in the matrix. So as soon as you understand this, and as soon as you can use it, because I don't know for how long it's going to be relevant and for how long this is going to work, but as soon as you can understand that this is like sorcery, I would try and take advantage of it as much as possible. And how can you do that? Well, the best thing to do is to start opening up some low leverage Bitcoin positions to DCA in and buy into your spot holdings before we start seeing the pump. Because look, we had this bottoming here, and it's like it's crazy. Then you have the small pump, which took you up to 94K. Then the dump again. We're going to consolidate here for maybe a couple more days, and then boom, the price of Bitcoin should shoot astronomically to the upside. It's as simple as that. So make sure to be accumulating as much Bitcoin as possible. You can use the links down in the description below if you want to support the channel. That would mean the world. With Bybit, I actually got my Bybit card and I've been using it for the past 2 days. Like the Forex difference, I'm not even saying this because they're my affiliate partner. Like it's a genuinely cool product. You can buy Bitcoin directly with Apple Pay, so with a bank account or a normal credit card. And if you have a Bybit card and if you're earning crypto for a living, then it's the best way to spend. Like the fees are very low. If you're a VIP, then you get cashback. So it's an incredible product, and I would definitely recommend using it because I'm using it myself, and it's very, very cool. And if you want to try it out, again, link to Bybit is down in the description below. So this is global liquidity. Like it's just a complete no-brainer. If you want to follow it, then you're probably going to end up making money today. President Trump, Michael Saylor, Brad Garlinghouse are all speaking at a crypto conference over in New York. That will likely pump markets. So that's another indicator fundamentally. But yeah, that's global liquidity. So that's the first indicator. The second indicator, we want to get rid of the drawings. The second indicator is the 50 moving average. If you look at the 50 moving average, generally in bull markets over on the weekly time frame, it tends to determine when bear markets begin. So you have a test and then you go up, but you break through and boom, bear market begins. And then you're eventually able to retest it again. You get rejected, boom. As soon as you break above it, that is the beginning of the bull market. Same thing happens here. You test it, you get a slight increase to the upside, but as soon as you break down, that is the beginning of the bear market. Then you break above it again, and then boom. This is a black swan event, so it doesn't count, but you break above it, and boom. That is the beginning of a new bull market. In the previous bull market, you test it, find support here, and this was the point you fail. You retest March 2022, enter a bear market, get rejected, break above it, and then boom, that is a bull market. So it's just like, rinse and repeat every single time. You don't have to be a genius to understand when to buy and when to sell Bitcoin. Just don't be greedy and don't go away from your trading principles. That is the most important thing. If you do that, then you're gonna make good money from Bitcoin alone, and that's all you need to do. Open a couple of swing positions or position trades, long Bitcoin, ideally at the bottom of the cycle, and then when you see these things happening, then you exit your positions. That's it. It's as easy as that. So now when you zoom in, you can see a beautiful retest to the 50 SMA. Between March and November, when Bitcoin consolidated, lost a bit of its steam. It wanted to see that retest of the 50 SMA before breaking to the upside, and now it's seeing the retest again and likely will continue pushing upwards. Because if you break below it, then that is the beginning of the bear market, which is definitely not going to happen according to where we are in the cycle. That's a very, very low chance of happening. So again, I would be betting on the probability that we go up. And then the final technical indication is the following. So let's go back again, get rid of all of our drawings, remove the 50 SMA. We look at okay, so I deleted it. There we go. So what we can have a look at is the following retest. We spoke about it before. We predicted the breakout of this huge inverse head and shoulders over on the weekly time frame, coupled by the bull flag also on the weekly time frame in October of last year. So this was the push that you saw, and we spoke about a potential retest over on the moon shows. And again, these things, it's just textbook. Like this is how inverse head and shoulders work. If we go to Google and search inverse head and shoulder pattern, see what we get. All right, so usually, look at that. It's like the first result. Inverse head and shoulder, so the first shoulder, then you get the head, then the second shoulder, you break above the neckline, you see the retest, and then boom, it goes up. And this is like a, 4-hourly chart, something like that. So when it's on a weekly time frame, it has greater magnitude, it has greater significance, greater importance. It's completely textbook. So all of these 3 different things, like just if you understand these 3 basic things, and I have no idea what I'm going to call this video, because I genuinely wanted to get as many views as possible, because I think it's going to help a lot of people too. So let's see what I end up calling this video. But I genuinely believe that these 3 technical indications are enough for you to make money with Bitcoin. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, destroy the like button. And as always, I'll see you all very soon on the next video. Take care and bye-bye.